I know in terms of the research that's going on in electromagnetism, like such as things like 5G, cell phones, Wi-Fi radiation, like it's like proven it's safe. It's considered safe until proven not safe, which is the opposite of what any new thing, any new chemical, any new technology should be. And that's really the problem. And most people will think that it is already safe. It has undergone proper testing, unbiased testing, and in many cases, that's not really the case. So, like, why do you think that is? Is that just like a conflict of interest, or?
Yeah, I think that it dates very far back to the poor legislation back from the 1930s when it came to testing cosmetics. Women used to try out eyelash liner, and it's in my book, the story of how Lash Lore, a company, was selling a mascara that would make women blind. And it took a toll to the point where it made its way up to the White House. And there was a letter written by one woman's daughter to the president. And then they started really passing a few laws back there in 1938, the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. But it never held any real weight moving forward. And, it had some, reasonable recommendations, but it did not, which is the key issue, it did not require testing of chemicals before they go into our food products, believe it or not, or cosmetics or cleaning products. So in this country, we really have a bias towards manufacturing companies. We're all about free trade and the American dream and prosperity and invention. And, that really has taken a toll because we are creating things and putting things into products and onto the market that are not required this very simple requirement of making sure it's safe for human skin or consumption before it goes into those products. For instance, proprietary combinations like the word fragrance or perfume. If you look at a label on fabric softener or laundry detergent, or you look at a cosmetic or a cleaning product that says perfume or fragrance, that word can have up to 300 or more chemicals that you will never know or be allowed to know what is in that word in terms of those 300 or more chemicals, because it's proprietary. It's like the formula or recipe for Coca-Cola.
That's
So
insane.
it's biased towards manufacturing. They are protected. And in fact, if you have a cosmetic on, you buy in the store and it makes your hair fall out or your teeth fall out or a major rash, the FDA does not have the right, our government does not have a right to pull that from store shelves. It has to be the manufacturing company that actually voluntarily takes that off the shelf.
And are those fragrances individually tested?
No, no. So the only way we know that there's problems is because third party groups like university level research bodies, international research bodies have shared their work in terms of testing these chemicals. And so these are people who are salaried. They're not making money off of necessarily sussing out what's in each individual product. And it costs lots of money. These are very expensive studies. And so this is why it's so complicated to keep going after each of the 90,000 chemicals that we now have in our market, used for everything we love. And so to go after each one is really a complicated task. And what we need to really see is whether or not the legislation will ever turn towards requiring that very important safe rule, which would be to have it tested in children, in pre-pregnant women, or at least better animal studies, which is not required before they go into the market.